Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode on FPL Mike channel. First up, apologies for being this late because I'm quite busy at school this week, so haven't got the time to record a video. But it's now Friday, so I can get a bit of time out and then record this video for you guys. So essentially, this is a video about Game Week 4 wrap up and team selection for Game Week 5 already at this time. So without further ado, and let's get straight into it. So Game Week 4 was not ideal for me. Yes, you know, I've made the triple captain on Vert, and obviously it did not pay out. But I think the positive thing is that I think Verts did look pretty well. I think he's improving game by game. There's some chances. He created some chances. I mean, it's just a gamble, right? I think at this rank, at the overall rank I am now, I think I need to take some gamble, and well, I failed, but that's life, innit? So yeah, 60 points is the total score. As expected, Verbruggen did not get a clean sheet at all, which I think when I wildcard or in the future I might have to change him because the Brighton defense is just not look promising. I've watched the whole game. I think there's a lot of gap down the right hand side in the wing in the position. So I think Brighton defense is somewhat weak. So I don't really think Verbruggen's going to be a good choice. So I might change him in the near future, but I do think Dubravka is still a solid option because, as you can see in the weekend, how when Burnley want to be defensive, they can be really defensive, and they almost lock Liverpool up, right? So I think again for the goalkeeper situation, I'm just still not sure yet. This week I'm playing Dubravka instead of Verbruggen. So let's see how that pays off. And moving on to backline, 3 clean sheets. Chris Richards, Pedro Porro, and Tarkowski. Again, Tarkowski got the defensive contribution points. Him and Senesi are the only 2 players that got defensive contribution points in every single game, which makes me have more reason to keep Tarkowski throughout the entire season. For Porro, I think his time is near because Xavi Simons took the set pieces away from Pedro Porro. And I think with the attacking resources Spurs have now, it doesn't seem like he needs to be that attacking. He needs to be as attacking as before. So I think with a million less than Mickey van de Ven, or even with 0.5 left, Christian Romero is a better option than Porro. So my future plan with Porro is I'm going to keep hold of him until Game Week 7 because of the fixture. And then I'm probably going to change it to Senesi because I think Bournemouth will have a good fixture on after that. And Chris Richards, there's no doubt he's a good player. He gets defensive contribution points. And Palace defense looks promising. You can go the likes of Mark Gahey because he's now not going to Liverpool. I just think Lacroix, it is not worth the 0.5 more unless you want to go for that attacking threat, offensive threat, the headers. But I do think Chris Richards also got those potentials, in my opinion. And yeah, that's basically how backline's looking like. Oh yes, and Murillo, defensive contribution points in 36 minutes is impressive. But however, he is going to go in Game Week 7 because first, the fixture run runs out until Game Week 6. And second, I didn't see enough consistency on Murillo in that defensive contribution aspect. And third, he's injured. He might not even play this game week, which is a massive problem because 5 and 6 are the 2 best fixture runs for his staff. If he misses Game Week 5, then I think that means he's basically not an option in the near future. Also because of his price point, at 5.5, the points he produced is just not enough for at this price point. And again, Ronaldo, Sunderland and Burnley, like the new promoted team, I actually think they look pretty decent. I think their defense is pretty solid, and Sunderland actually got 7 points in first 4 game week, which is pretty amazing. I think at 4 million, there's nothing you need to talk about with Ronaldo. He's solid. He's guaranteed starter. He might get the odd attacking returns because he plays on the wing. I think the other 4.0 to go for now is Goodmanson or even a Steph, but I think those three are the best option at 4.0, and there's no reason to rush them out because I think they're all very solid options. Midfield, we've talked about Wirtz. Disappointing, but on the flip side, he's improving, I think. And I'm still going to keep him, although it does seem boring, but I do not plan my wild card in the near future. I probably will get him out to Semenyo at some point, but I just think I just want to give him a few more chances. Probably because I'm a Liverpool fan, and I want to see him grow. I want to see him play well, but yeah. But I wouldn't mind if any of you get Florian Wirtz out of the way, because I just think it's completely reasonable to do this move. Mitoma, which is a good transfer. Sara out, Mitoma in. Mitoma got a goal. And Sara is going to come back in game week 6 against Liverpool, which I'm not going to keep, even though if I have him. So Palace fixture is run out after game week 6. So Sara is not going to be an option in the near future. Maybe after the Arsenal game. They got some great run of fixtures. I'll probably bring Sara back in. But for now, Sara is not an option, I think, for most of the people. Dewsbury Hall, I mean, there's nothing to talk about. And just as a cheap enabler, 5.0, 5 million. I think he gives you the attacking returns when you need it. And you can basically play him every week because he's going to play every week. Well, he's not going to play this week because they play against Liverpool. But in 6, 7, even 9, I think you can all play them because I think Everton is a pretty promising team this season. I think with the new sides and new style of football they built under David Moyes is very encouraging, and it's actually shockingly great. So I think Dewsbury Hall is still a nice hold for me. Bruno Fernandes will go in the near future because, which potentially after game week 7, it just his role on the pitch is not enough in general. If you play that double midfield, double CDM in that 3-4-2-1 system, he's not getting enough attacking threat, and he's super bad defensively, and that basically cost United the season if Ruben Amorim keeps doing this, but. Yeah, he will go, and I can tell you the player I'm looking at is Phil Foden, because I think when Phil Foden comes back, he looks very good in the game back against United and Champions League against Napoli. With Cherki out for 2 to 3 months, I think Foden's minutes is pretty secured, and if Foden can get back to where he was a couple years ago, I think he's going to be an absolute steal in the 8 million price tag. And Mo Salah doing Mo Salah thing, like people's moaning, stealing us. He played absolute shite for quite a long time and got a penalty at the end. But it is FPL, and a goal is a goal, right? I think, no doubt, Mo Salah is still one of the best players in the world. But the reduced role of Mo Salah in the Liverpool team, it is concerning. And I do have the plan to get him out because he's got AFCON this year as well. I think the fixtures runs out. He only plays until game week 14, I think. So there is some thoughts about changing Salah to Haaland, or even going without both of them, which will allows me to get in Isak, Gyökeres, Palmer, and Saka. So I think that's another choice. That's another route for me to go on. but I'll still have to take a careful consideration on that because, I mean, it's a big choice, right? And João Pedro, as you would expect it, plays the number 9 role, and Palmer is back in the second half, which looks very, very promising. I think João Pedro just overall in general is a really, really good. It's just a good pick, right? There's nothing wrong with him. And then with the return of Palmer, I think he will get into a lot of people's team very, very soon. And Ollie Watkins and Aston Villa is incredibly, incredibly bad. They're the only team that did not score a goal in the Premier League. But with the next 3 fixtures, I do not see me selling him. And that is the frustrating part of it. But I'm going to keep him for the next 3 weeks. And he's gone after that. He's going to be changed to Gyökeres or any other players. But his time is the next 3 weeks. That's it. No more exception. And then Larsson, the good thing about Larsson is he's back. I think Wolves head coach says he's back for fitness. That means for the next run of fixtures, we can still keep Larsson. We're going to get those nice run of fixtures against 3 promotion team and a Brighton at home. I think Larsson is still an easy hold for me. He's going to start most of the games for me. I want to see his performance, how he performed, because I think he's a very, very promising talent, in my opinion. And Dubravka, as I said before, is promising. Dubravka is very promising. Yes, and let's move to the team selection of this week. As I said, Dubravka in goal. I think against the Forest side that is not as attacking as many people thought. Dubravka, there is a clean sheet potential for Dubravka there, and I think Burnley's defense is good enough. But let's see how it plays out. If it becomes really consistent as well, I think Burnley's defense might generally be in really, really good options. Murillo in just purely because the possibilities that he will play against the Burnley team, which is good for clean sheet potential, and Porro in is for the attacking potential, and against the Brighton side that is not that promising. And Chris Richards in against a really, really bad West Ham side. I'm expecting a clean sheet and probably DEFCON points from Chris Richards here. Realistically, I probably should play Tarkowski instead of Porro because Tarkowski will get the DEFCON points. But I just think Liverpool is good enough to score plenty of goals against Everton. I mean, maybe there's a surprise there, but I mean, on paper, you're playing against the number 1 team in England right now, so you're just not going to play Tarkowski, in my opinion. But it's still debatable. But my initial thoughts goes towards Porro because of the attacking threat. At midfield, no doubt, Captain Salah, yeah, that's pretty simple. Vert's still in, Mitoma still in, and Bruno still in. I'm curious to see if Ruben Amorim will make change in this game week against Chelsea, whether he'll move Bruno into the left cam role and put a double pivot of Casemiro and Mainu or Gatti and Mainu to, release the offensive talent of Bruno Fernandes. But we'll go wait and see. And I think Mitoma, I think both Mitoma and Dewsbury Hall did not face an easy fixture this week, because they faced 2 pretty solid defensive sides of Spurs and Liverpool. The only reason I go for Mitoma is because he's got more threats and they play at home. But Mitoma facing Porro directly, I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I do have the preparation of him to blank this game week. And front line consists of Ollie Watkins against Sunderland. I mean, no question asked. You buy Watkins for this kind of fixtures, and João Pedro against United away, which is a pretty bad defensive side for United. It just again how Ruben Amorim will change a little bit. I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I think the system works. It's just the player he chose is not the right player in certain cases. And Trent Larson against Leeds at home, we hope him return to the pitch and play 78 to 85 minutes and hopefully get a goal or so. Overall, it's not a very, very strong team, I would say. I think the most points will come from Salah and Larson and Pedro, and we hope that Liverpool can destroy Everton. But overall, I do not expect quite a big haul from this team this week. And let's hope Ollie Watkins will finally get his return this week, because it is frustrating and frustrating. You know, everybody is frustrating. I can tell who owns Ollie Watkins, but when he's Sunderland away, you just have to keep him. I'm moving on to the potential free hit in 6, which I'm 99% I'm going to do that. I'm not going to wildcard in game week 6 just because I think the fixture swing is only for Arsenal. And as for City, I just don't think there's enough of a good fixtures afterwards. So my initial thought is going to be wildcard 13 and free hit 6 just to get the Haalands in. And I'm going to transfer a bit of players in game week 7, especially Arsenal players. Again, the potential move is to Salah to Haaland. So you get Watkins out. You get Bruno out. You get Wirtz out. You get Matoma out. I'm just going to do a Haaland draft, basically. Murillo's out. He's out. So at this point, it's going to be Senesi, and realistically, you could want a Spurs defender like a Mickey Van de Ven, or you can go for an Arsenal defender. I'm going to go for a Spurs defender for now. Semenyo is in. Palmer is in. And I think Saka is in for me. Especially if he comes back. Saka's in for me, and then the midfielder will probably be the likes of will be fairly cheap. Ideal will be Saar in a couple of weeks, but for now, I like Foden. You know, I really like Foden. Foden's going to be in. Well, that's probably not going to have enough money for Haaland. 1.1. God. By the way, that's for Wildcard 6, just a reminder. So the one that has to be sacrificed is probably Saka, because he's got no penalties. And Larson will be the one that's gone, because I do want, or maybe João Pedro, but I do want to keep João Pedro though. So it depends on the money, because I want Gyökeres in. Let's get Pedro out of the way, because they play Liverpool in 7th. And let's get Gyökeres in, and then we got 7.3 million for another midfielder. And I mean, low key, God, I wouldn't mind Reijnders as well. I mean, for the sake of it, it's just gonna put Reijnders in. Sorry, not Rice. I'm gonna put Reijnders in. So that's probably what a wildcard 6 team would look like, or even a free hit 6. It depends how we go with it, but that's how, including Haaland. Without Haaland, then you can do a lot more, you know. Without Haaland, you can have João Pedro, you can have JP in. Ideally, you will want Isak for Liverpool, and then you can upgrade Reijnders to Saka. So that's the route I'm hope that he can get to, because I think this on paper is a really, really strong team, you know. And Verbruggen is out for, I would say go Kelleher, you know. I think I'll go Kelleher, or maybe Petrovic. So one of them two. I'll go Kelleher. So if free hit or wildcard, that's the team. I actually prefer in game week 6. But the problem with this is you don't have enough City players. I mean, you can manipulate around with it, but that's how mine work. Just a bit of bantering from me. Um, yeah, and that's it for game week 5. That's it for this video, and I hope you guys have a great game week 5. Great game week this week. Everybody score over 100 points, and we'll see you guys after game week 5. Ciao.